for me because I just started learning how to take care of myself. So,
hear me? Like me, I was just like, oh my gosh. Yes. Hey. So we let people come in. Trini, if you can, would you text the group and let them know I'm in and I'm on? You're on your phone.
I'm trying to send the phone to myself.
No problem. Hey, Cakes. Hello. Hey, Solo. Hey. Hello, everybody. I love that you guys are just coming in here. Hey, how are you? Hey, Smith. Hey, Miss. All right, look at this. Hey, how y'all doing? Hello. Is that Alpha? Hey, D is in here, of course. Hey, hello, all. Hello. I'm so glad that you guys are joining us tonight. We are going to do something different. We're going to do something laid back. I've got, some special people on with me. Hey, how are you? And I just felt like, you guys, I watch the comments and I see you guys and I have friends on TikTok that are saying things like, my anxiety is through the roof. Oh my God. Like if you are a parent, hey, if you are a parent, you know that after a certain age, you become the concierge, you become the driver, the PA, you're the trip planner, you're the schedule planner, chauffeur, you're the cook, you do all these things. So tonight we're going to talk about self-care. And I thought that we would mix that with some wonderful poetry and some wonderful music. So I'm going to let other people get in here. Hello. Hi, Lifestyles. How are you? And I have my girl, Trini Queen, that is here tonight. Yes, because I know y'all see her on What Women Want Wednesday, and I know you follow her on your page. But of course, the way I saw her was through her poetry. So she is here. She's going to spit a poem for us. And oh my goodness, I am so excited. I have been waiting. Hey, Uncle Pat. I have been waiting. And when I tell you I've been waiting to get this young lady on What Women Want Wednesdays. So D True Poetry is here with us. She is going to be spitting some poems while we're talking about self-care, you guys. Also, my boy Terrell Music is going to join us the second half of the hour. And you guys, I just really think that this is important because in this time in my life, it's about taking care of me. I was an empty nester. My daughter went off to college and now she's back for the summer. But I want to talk about some things. I've got some tips. I've got some books I want to show you guys. So we're going to hear some poetry, listen to some music. Hey, Tanique. And we're just going to talk about self-care. Sorry, guys. And I want you guys to chime in too. If you have tips, things that you do every day, rituals that you do every day. Hey, mama. Hello. How are you? My moderators show up quick. I love them. So make sure y'all show my moderators some love. These ladies are in here and they are faithful. And I'm pretty sure they have some self-care tips that they like to share with you guys. So we're going to let a couple more people get in here and then we are going to get started. So because hey, what's up, man? Code? I love my family. The royal family is in the building. And so look, I expect this chat to go off. I expect people to share because it's everything. When you talk about self-care, you're talking about your spirit. And my boy Man Code is definitely a man of God. The crew that I roll with, definitely spiritual. And so I know that he's going to have some good things to say. Man Code, as usual, you have the link. So if you feel like there's something you need to say, you need to jump in, you could always jump in on the Zoom. But I'm going to kick it to my girls right now. Hopefully they're ready. You have to be in the right space. You have to be in a certain space when you get ready to, share. So when you're sharing your poetry, when you're sharing your music, it's not an easy thing to do, you guys. So, hey, Big House, how are you? So what I want you guys to do is if you know somebody that needs some self-care tips or they are big on self-care or self-love, please please, please, please share the live. Also, you guys don't forget to tap the screen. Tap, 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 tap. That's the way, we mess with the algorithm and everything. But please share the live. And I hope you guys enjoy tonight. So, ladies, are you with me? Trini and D True Poetry.
I'm here.
Hey, D. Trini.
I'm here too.
Oh, look. Okay, so am I gonna look at your pictures tonight, or?
No, I'm coming.
Okay. So, all right, you guys. So I did want to share. So I got my little setup a little different. I believe that when you are taking care of yourself, and I'm going to share the live right now, you guys, just so I can share to some people that I said that I will remind them that I'm live. So I'm going to do that right quick. And we're going to get into it. Hey, there she is. So excited. So excited. I think I'm sending it to the same people that are here. You know what? TikTok, you guys, I'm like, why would you give me a list of people that are already in here first? Okay. Hey, there are my girls. So everybody say hi to D True Poetry and Trini Queen. Hello, 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 hello. So ladies, we are talking about self-care. So, I know that I'm always on the phone with Trini, and Trini's always giving me these great ideas. So I did want to share one idea first. So you guys, I was talking to Trini, and I'm talking about all these things, and we talk about manifestation all the time. And if you don't know, what manifestation is or how to manifest, we're going to talk about it a little bit tonight. But what Trini did tell me to do, she was like, you know what? When you're thinking about, and manifesting is, you think about something that you want, something positive. You don't think about, oh, I wish I had this. You start thinking as if you have it already. So one thing that Trini told me to do, and Trini, you can jump in if I miss some steps. Trini told me to get some little notes in the envelopes and write letters to my future self. So I wrote a couple. I started my business. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. So I have a consulting business, and I'll let you guys know about that in the future. It's called AMH Communications. But I wrote a couple letters to myself saying congratulations on your first big client. Congratulations on your first big event. I also wrote a letter to myself because I was looking for this summer position, and I actually have to open that letter up and read it to myself because I actually got the job for the summer position. So it really helps, you guys. So I got these cute little stationery. I'll show you. Really cute. And I just write little notes to myself and seal them up. And then when the thing happens, you open it up and you see. What's really crazy is if you do vision boards, you ever walk by your vision board and like 3 months later and see the thing that you were hoping for, you're smack dab in the middle of it. So I love opening up the letters, and it's like the descriptions are so thick and so spot on and dead on. So I love stuff like that. Hello, hey everybody. So ladies, self-care. Is there anything that you guys do every day or something that helps you jumpstart your day? Hey, Saf. Anything you can think of? D, we already know. We know that pen, for both of you, we know it's pen to paper. But what else do you do as far as self-care?
So I have thing. I have morning routine that I always do. Okay. And as soon as I get up in the morning, before I open my eyes, the first thing I do is pray. Amen. And sometimes it's asking for something, or not even asking, because when I talk to God, everybody has their own relationship with their own deity. I personally talk to God. So when I talk to God, I'm more so not even asking. I'm just more so saying to him, like, thank you. Because a lot of times I don't really need anything, or I may not want anything. It just is refreshing for me to be able to say, I woke up another day, thanks. Yes. Or you didn't have to do this, but you did. And then other times when I feel like I may need some extra strength for the day, when I look at my calendar or whatever the night before, it's like, all right, Lord, you know what this day getting ready to entail. It's a blessing, but at the same time, I need you to give me that extra. And so that is just my time. Before I open my eyes and see the rest of the world and start feeling, whatever else is coming my way, to be able to say, I had my conversation with God. And then after I do that, I try my best to write in my gratitude journal in the mornings. But sometimes I don't like writing the same thing over and over. So if I can't write something in the morning, I'll wait until the end of the night, and I'll at least find 3 things throughout that day that happened, whether they're big or small, to at least say, I just want to say thank you that this happened, no matter how small or how big.
Exactly.
And then, which also helps me at night to just seal off everything and just say, this was my day. And no matter what happened in between it, it's like, damn. This, you know what I mean? Like, these are 3 things that happen that I can't overlook. So I'll do that. If not at night, and I can wake up in the morning and find something, I absolutely will. And then when I head to the bathroom to take care of myself and get myself together and, you know, refreshed and all that, I say affirmations. And I have affirmations that I made and put in a picture frame, and I have 2 of them.
Okay.
And they hang in my bathroom, and I even have sticky notes on my door. So when I am brushing my teeth, I'm saying them in my head, or maybe out loud, or if I go wash up, I am, you know, when I go wash myself, get myself clean, I'm saying all my affirmations to get them out the way. And not only to get them out the way, but it lifts up my spirits when you can truly look in the mirror. And I like doing mirror exercises too. So I look in the mirror as I say my stuff, and I'm like, I am powerful. You know, I am a divine feminine spiritual being. Like, these are all things that I say. And the more I say them every morning, it makes me really like, yeah, I know I am these things. Why am I worried? And it also sets myself for a better day moving forward. It's almost like nothing can touch me. So, or at least I try not to let it get to me. And it also raises your vibration. So when you're walking on a higher vibration, you start to realize there's really no need to get upset and raise your blood pressure and mess up your spirit for stupid stuff. It just don't make sense. So there are going to be other people out there that are going to try you. That don't mean you have to give in. And so when I set my day like that regularly, it just makes me feel so much better that I'm always walking on a higher vibration. I'm always living in a higher vibration. And it makes it easier for things to manifest and come to you. And it also makes it easier for God to say, okay, you're allowed these blessings. Because when you're walking in your high vibration, it's like God sees you. And not only does God see you, but so does everybody else, whether you think they're looking or not. So that's my personal routine, and that's literally every morning.
All right, Dee. Is there something that you do, or did something come to mind already?
That's so wonderful, because I have a daughter who has been like, Ma, you gotta do this and you gotta do that, and I just been so, I don't know, I don't want to say trained, but like I just go. Like, there's no, I'm gonna meditate in the morning. There's no, because when I wake up, I probably got a foot in my face. And so it's time to do something for the child, or it's like I'm looking at the time. It's time to go. It's time to, you know. So it's never a time for me, right? And so like on my birthday, I did do something for myself. Like my daughter was like, "Ma, you have to do something for yourself." Okay. So I do write, and that's pretty much the thing I do. And when I do these shows, this is nice because this is me time, right? Because I'm talking to these beautiful women and I'm learning things, and a lot of these things is like the affirmations. I know these things. Do I do them? No. I should be doing them, but I don't. I just never think of myself. Like literally 0 time do I think of myself. Notes, writing a note to myself, that's dope. I should try that. I'm taking notes right now. Like I should be doing all of these things, but I don't do them. I'm learning to take time out for myself. I'm learning to cause like even just going to the salon and just getting away from the house and just soaking your feet for a little while. Soaking your feet at home is great, but there's a lot of things going on at home. Right. You know, and so just doing that, I've been trying to do that more often and try to think of myself more often because I'm in the healthcare, so I just don't do anything for myself. Like literally don't do anything. But I've written I actually have a poem that I'm like talking to myself. This is what I need to be doing. And I talk to a whole bunch of, all my other queens, like this is what we should be doing, right? And this is things that I don't really do, but I should be doing. But that's why I was like looking through my book. I was like, ooh, I got one. I got a poem.
There he is.
Yeah, always.
All right, so you guys, I wanted this to be organic and I wanted to flow like that. Like I said, share the live. This is all about self-love, self-care. Look, D True Poetry, if you do not know, D True Poetry has a book called Broken Silence. You guys, it's fire. If you ever tune into her lives, there it is. You can get it where, D? On Amazon and?
Yes.
Just Amazon?
Yes, on Amazon, and I also have copies on me, like I autographed. I can, send you a little note inside, all that good stuff. So I still have copies on me. Because I know that some people still a little iffy about that whole, getting stuff off of people. So you can't get it off of Amazon. It's all good. It's up there.
And so if you guys want to, we missed Trini. Oh, she coming back. If you do want the book, you guys, and I'm sure after you hear these fire poems, you will want the book. So if you would like, make sure you inbox D True Poetry. That is her sign on TikTok. And D, you got one. You can go ahead and spit it. Oh, that's right. She definitely is in the comments. Oh, she froze for us. Okay. She's there. That's her. She's saying, hey. So, Trini, I still got you. I'm just waiting on. She froze. We might have to get her to come back. She might have to come in and go out. There she is. All right. So, D, you ready? You got one for us already?
Wait. For a poem? Okay. So
no, not yours, D. I told you that. Yeah. So D said she got one.
Y'all gonna be mad because y'all ain't gonna see my face when I do this poem because my technology is not working, so I can't read it off my computer. I gotta read it off my phone.
That's all right. That's why we're gonna let D go ahead. She said she found one.
You have a nice picture up there, baby.
Thank you, boo. Thank you.
All right. So this one's called Queen.
Right.
Queen, your crown lights up midnight skies, rays illuminating through galaxies. Can't you see? You are light. You are more than the sun and moon. Light only nightfall can appreciate. Clinging to you like magnets wrapped around craters of hope, showing off your beauty to the sun. Queen, you are beautiful, so love yourself. Love the skin you're in, all shades of melanin, all shapes, thick or thin, all walks of life. I see life in your eyes. Can't you realize the greatness you possess? I must confess, some days I don't feel these words I spit till I believe it. Please believe me, some days is a hard pill to swallow. Day after day, a difficult act to follow. Just know you're not alone. Say this with me. Self-love is key and I love me. Say this 3 times in the mirror and you will see. You will see the true meaning of beauty. See the glow of God in your face. Gold around your space. It's time to realize the royalty in your DNA. Today, Queen, you must own this. Take your power back. In fact, remember it's not your fault. None of it is. You can't chase after promises and unspoken truths or put together pieces with no glue. The main piece to this puzzle is you. Promise yourself to never settle for less than what you're worth. Queen, you are priceless. Self-love is first. Feed your soul first. Be yourself first. You are number one. So if no one told you this, let me be the first. Queen, you are beautiful.
Oh, I lost her sound. We lost her sound. No.
Lost the sound? Hold on.
Yeah, we lost her sound. There we go. We lost your sound. You got it? The very last, like your last 6 lines.
I'm telling you, technology is playing with us today.
Exactly. That's because they know it's fire. That's all right. But you have your last 6 lines.
Go off the last page.
There he goes.
Let me be the first. Queen, you are beautiful. You are unique. You are resilient. You are sensitivity and strength. You are love. You are all this and more. You are perfect just the way you are, so never forget your worth.
Yes. So see what I'm saying? You guys, it's like When Dee goes live in the mornings, when she's in her car on her way to work and I'm already sitting at my desk, it just so happens that when I need to take a breath because I'm at work and I'm in education and I'm like, and then I see that she's live, I don't care what poem she picks. By the time she finishes with the poem, I'm like, okay, I can do this for the rest of the day. I can do this for the rest of the day.
Because her poems definitely do touch you. Like,
yes.
And you know what I love about her poems too? They give you that deep connection to like the motherland, to like Earth, to like your ancestors and all that. Like, it kind of opens up your chakras in a lot of ways, which is weird for some people. But if you're into chakras and stuff like that, some people aren't, and that's okay. But if you're into chakras and energies and things like that, you will know when your chakras are open or when they're closed, because there's a lot around you that will influence you on either a negative or positive way. And so a lot of times when you're listening to certain things, especially things like poetry, music, that's all stuff to you. And so if it's relatable or if it hits you in a certain way, it can definitely open you up if you're closed. It can also get you to start thinking. I don't know if you've ever heard a poem and been like, damn, that's me.
Right.
Like, how you know me? You don't even know me, but just both. There's a reason for that. Because even us as artists, when we're doing it, sometimes we may be speaking to ourselves. Sometimes it's just put in us to write it. And so a lot of times when we do it, we don't know sometimes who we're giving it for, but it's a message. And so I'm just saying, it's a beautiful thing when you can connect people in that manner. And so I totally get it, because I feel that off of hers too. Like, whenever I am able to listen or go on her live, I'm the first one in there like, snaps, gotcha sis. Like, I feel you, so yeah.
Exactly. And so Trini was talking about chakras, and she brought up chakras. And look, when I tell you guys, like, I love getting a lot of information. And if you've heard of, like I told Trini offline, the first time I ever heard of chakras or really paid attention to it, Erykah Badu was talking about it. And I was like, what is she talking about? At a concert, and she's talking about chakras. And then like a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I started talking to a friend, and she started talking about crystals, and she started talking about just how your chakras can be off. So look, if you are interested in finding out about chakras, or you already know about chakras, you guys, I bought this off Amazon. It's the Chakra Bible. I love it. Right now I am focusing on a couple different things, and like I was telling Trini, I'm focusing on just getting my body together and things like that. So I'm listening to the C note chakra, the tone that I use to meditate to. Also, I'm working on my sacral chakra. Did I say it right, Trini? Sacral chakra. And I have my cornelian stone that I keep around me. And you know, I used to be like, oh, you know, stones and crystals, but really, you guys, it all aligns spiritually and mentally. So like I said, you can get the Chakra Bible on Amazon. If you look in your neighborhood, you'll find different places that have crystals and stones and things like that, and you can figure out the one that's best for you. And a lot of times people use them to center themselves, get rid of, you know, like negative energy. I have my hematite ring, and it's funny, these things are so cheap because once it soaks up the energy, the negative energy, they break. I mean, mine fell on carpet, you guys, and just split in half. I was like, carpet? It was like, it's done its job. It's done. So, like all through the night, we're going to be talking about some stuff, and we're going to be giving you different things. And for those of you, like Trini said, when she wakes up in the morning, she prays. Look, some people are like, I don't need crystals. I don't need any of that. All I need is my blessed oil and Jesus. So trust me, got that too. We're covering all bases because it's all about what you do to make yourself feel better, you guys. My boy Terrell is going to be on in a minute, but like I promised you, like we're going back and forth. I want Dee to figure out another poem that she wants to spit. But my girl Trini Queen, you guys, and normally you see her on here talking. She's battling with the fellas. She's giving us good information, but I had to get her to, you know, sit back down on the stool and do and give us a poem. So Trini, please bless us with a poem, please.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Off my phone,
yes,
so I just
ma'am.
make sure y'all can hear me.
We can.
All right. I'm a queen, baby. I know my worth. Remember, I'm savage too, so I will hold my crown while leaving your soul in the dust and your heart in the dirt. My self-love game is strong, so there will never be a choice of who to love more. I am the epitome of Black excellence, bubbling with the effervescence of power from my ancestors, knowing that to love myself is to take care of myself with self-care at my core. Protecting my peace is vital to my lifeline, and the love I have for myself increasingly magnifies over time, swelling so big that it overshadows the devil's spell, making him and his minions retreating in defeat and fear, sending back all your negative energy times 10. Devil, you have no power here. See, my self-love glows on a daily basis because my soul is fed with God's dominion. My peace was already blessed and set with Jesus' blood, while my aura is recharged by the moon and its many cycles, and my skin is fed by the golden rays of the sun. See, that self-care hit different for someone like me, because of truly care for oneself is to love all your imperfections perfectly, knowing that it's not just taking care of yourself physically, but constantly feeding your spiritual, emotional, and mental regularly.
Yes. Come on now. See, and that's how I met her. That's how I met Trini. Trini was in there.
So nice.
Yes. And what I love about your poem is the fact that a lot of people think that, okay, you have to choose. Okay, I'm going to love this person and give all my energy to my kids, give all my energy to my relationship. But if you don't love your first and give it all to you and take care of you first, how can you give it to somebody else? Yes, they're in the chat. That's right. Give it up, snaps, claps. But when I tell you these two women are bad, they are dangerous. Let me tell you, they are dangerous because not only are they talented, they're super smart. And I love that. And they're willing to share. That's the other thing. When Dee gets on there, it's not easy. You guys have written stuff. It is not easy to write something and then share it with everybody else. You know, it's something that comes from within. It's something that's important to you. And what I wanted to ask you guys is when you get into that space, because it's just like journaling. And I thank everybody that's coming in. If you have self-care things and tips and things, please put it in the chat. Ladies, what I want to know is, Mimi said something earlier. One of my moderators, she said, women need that. They need that group of people around them that not only will care about them, but will remind them that self-care is important. And when you have the right group around you that can pour into that while you are working on yourself, it's amazing. And that's why I love it. That's why I had to make her a moderator. Hey, Skittles. I'd like to surround myself with people that are on the same wavelength. And, you know, a friend of mine told me a long time about vibrations and low vibrations and high vibrations and your frequency and how you attract certain people to you. And that's important. So I wanted to say that before I got off topic. But ladies, when you are writing, when you're thinking about like, what sparks it? Is it anything in particular? And I don't care who goes first. I'm going to be quiet and I'll let you talk. What inspires you when you are writing?
I'll go first. Everything and nothing, right? Because like when you feel some type of way, you write. When you're inspired by something, you write. So I feel like I chose the name The True Poetry because every single thing I write is true to me, whether it happened to me or around me or for me, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because some things happen for you. So, you know, whether it's negative or positive, it's still like I feel like my whole story is for not for me, but to tell my story so that someone else doesn't feel alone. So my writing comes from experience. And how I feel when Trini says she feels it in chakras, and I'm like getting excited. I'm so that she's saying that because I'm like, it's coming from deep within. She gets it. So, like each poem is coming from a different place, and I love that she said that because I don't know everything about chakras, but I know, you know what I'm saying. I know about all that.
Look,
A little something, a little bit. I know enough. I know enough. Or really, all that stuff. I got a little purple book. I know enough. I don't got that one. That one's cute. I got like a little tiny purple one. I don't know if you've seen it. Got the little body in the front. And it's like real small, like gets to the nitty gritty because I got it, you know.
Right. A lot of time. We only got this much time. Yep.
But yeah, so that's it. I mean, experiences, you know. And like you said one time, you said something. You write poetry because someone asked you to write for a certain event. I heard you say that, right? So I do that too. Like if I know, because like I'm gonna be featuring soon and it's Quiet Storm, so now I'm like, okay, now I gotta think of something. And I definitely gotta write a poem for it. So when I got features and stuff, I'll do that too.
And even like for me, my process is all emotional, you know. So if I'm not in that mood to write, I get nothing. And I know when, it's almost like, I don't know, it's weird. My body kind of tells me when it's time to be creative and when it's not.
Okay.
I can sit down and try my best to write something off the top of my head and just be like, all right, let's let the words flow. And sometimes I will sit there for hours, like, the hell? And I know I got mad stuff in my brain, but it's like, nope, it's not your time. It's time for you to rest. It's time for you. But the minute I get into an emotion, it's almost like words start flowing. Like my creative process is so weird, y'all. A lot of times I find myself writing songs and poems from the shower.
Okay.
Don't ask me why, but maybe it's because my body is relaxed. Maybe it's because the water is rejuvenating me and recharging me and all that. And I think the funny thing, I can't swim, but I love water. I love it to death, and it relaxes me, and it's almost like when I'm in water, I get recharged. It's really weird. It's like it charges me literally. And so when I'm in the shower, that's where my most creativeness comes in, because I start thinking about stuff, and I start getting emotional. Either sometimes I'll be happy, sometimes I'll reflect on something like, damn, I could have changed this, I could have went this way, I could have did this. And that's when the words start flowing for me. Or sometimes if I'm just laying down at night, something will come to my head and I have to hurry up and grab pen and paper, which I always keep by my bedside, just in case. So I've realized for me, and I think this is just how it works for me, I can't force myself to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I realize that. Like, when it comes down to creativity, spirituality, anything, I cannot force myself to do it. It's almost like something is saying, wait, let it marinate, and then we'll let you know. Like, my body is like, you need to rest. Ain't nothing coming out of your brain today. Like, that's real life, like, how my process works. So when I'm in a joyous mood, sometimes I can write the saddest stuff. It's weird, because I know that's not how I'm feeling. But sometimes that's when stuff could come out, and the fierceness and all that sometimes are in my happiest mood. And in my saddest times, which happen very rarely just because, again, I try to keep my vibration high, I actually start writing happy stuff. And I kind of feel like that's my way, or my reality's way of saying, this is where you want to be. So we're going to put you in that space instead of keeping you in the space you are. So if I'm sad, we want to be happy. We don't want to be sad.
Right.
So we're going to focus on some happy stuff. If, I'm happy, it's like, okay, you're happy, but think about a lot of other people in this world aren't. And what are the reasons? And mind you, I'm a life coach. So a lot of times I'm thinking about all of that stuff. And so for me, that's, I think, where my reality is. And that's what prompts me to be creative. But forcing myself in that kind of stuff, absolutely not happening at all. And sometimes it's a message thing too for me. Like sometimes like I said, I could write down something and not remotely be able to even identify with what I wrote, like on a personal level. But the minute I say it or I recite it, somebody will hit me in my inbox, my comments. Girl, that message was for me. And I'd be like, for real? So
again, and that's when I get the confirmation, like, yep, you wrote it. You just didn't write it for you. Mm-hmm. You wrote it for somebody else. You were meant to inspire someone else. So yeah, that's where mine comes from.
And speaking of writing, he is here. I love it when he comes in. He just waits for his moment. You guys, please welcome Terrell Music to the chat. Oh no, I welcome him, and then I lost him, but that's all right. He'll be back. When I say this is helping somebody, because that always happens when it gets real good. So when he comes back in, we will talk to him. Trini said something about being a life coach, and so and I feel like all of our circle, all of her friends probably owe her millions of dollars, because she's always giving us little tidbits. So we're going to have to do something for her, because I'm telling you, my tab is up there. There he is. Hey, Terrell. Do we have you?
Hey, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm like running behind. Like I'm almost home, so I'm just like driving at the same time.
That's all right. That's all right. So just like, we were talking about writing, and the ladies were telling me, D2 Poetry and Trini were telling me about their process for writing. And for those of you who don't know Terrell, he is an awesome singer-songwriter. So Terrell, I know that we're going to share two things with my guests a little later. But the two are, we're going to pull up King's Speech and Heavy Heart. So when you're writing, tell me the process. Like, where did King's Speech come from?
King's Speech actually stemmed from everything that was going on, and it actually is geared towards Black Lives Matter and everything. So it really wanted to just touch on that standpoint of that, and just people not being aware of the kings and queens that they have within themselves. And it's just something to really boost people up, to say, this is where you are, this is where they're always perceive you to be, but this is where you can be, this is where you should be. And that's what King's Speech is about. And it, like, when I wrote it, it's just like, yeah, this is the time to release this. Because I actually wrote that song, I want to say about a year or two ago. And then I was just like, oh wow, with everything going on, this is the perfect time to release this and place this on the album. So that is how it ended up coming to be.
All right. So when he gets home and he gets all settled, you guys, we're definitely going to listen to some of King's Speech and also Heavy Heart. So D, so you know, Terrell's talking about King's Speech, and he's talking about the kings and everything. So if you got something in your, in your treasure chest, let me know. I lost Trini now. When you got something in your treasure chest talking about kings and queens, just let me know. We can spit it. There she is. She's back. But we were talking about Trini as a life coach. And a lot of people don't have a lot of time to actually sit down and talk to a life coach or schedule out time for a life coach. Which is really good to do, but again, you guys, I told you I love to be information station. So what I did find is your Pocket Life Coach. It is really cool, you guys. It takes you through some steps. First, it asks you to take a little quiz about yourself, and you have to be super honest so you know what you need to work on. So this book is amazing, because what they ask you to do is grab a person. If you can't get a life coach, grab a person that that will hold you accountable, and you put that person's name in this book as the person that's going to hold you accountable. And like I said, I got this from Barnes & Noble. I didn't give it off Amazon. It's called Your Pocket Life Coach. But this is not a substitution for the real thing. If you have the time, if you have the money, get your life coach. It's okay to talk to some people. I feel like life coaches are like therapists. I really do, because they give you a lot of information that helps you to sustain every single day. So like I said, definitely, if you have time, check out a life coach. Until you do, we got the Pocket Life Coach for you. So again, I'll be giving more information and things like that. So I'm seeing people in the chat, and what I want you guys to do is share some of your tips. Like, what do you do? What's a morning ritual that you do? So I see a lot of people in the chat. So you guys just spam some of the things that are in the chat. Some of the things that you do. Like Twist said, I've never heard of life coach until about a month ago. Let me tell you, will change your life. Trini, do you want to talk about life coaching a little bit? while people are spamming their tips in the chat?
Sure. So, life coaching for me has been a journey. And if you get the right life coach, a lot of times they will tell you that they had to go through their own journey first before they can coach someone else. I had to go through that. So when I tell you I had to release a lot, I had to get rid of a lot, I had to find stuff that I didn't even know was there. It was like, because I went through the whole course, because I was like, if I can't teach somebody else if I don't release myself of what's holding me back.
Exactly.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
And through that is when I got more spiritual things that I had let go years ago. I was like, no, this is, and I realized that throughout that time when I let that stuff go, I was actually letting a part of myself go. And it took me going through life coaching, school to actually be like, oh dang, like I needed that part, and I got rid of it. Thought it wasn't right. So I found myself in many aspects. I learned how to stay on higher vibrations. And so essentially as a life coach, it is my job to do the same. And sometimes I tell people with therapists, depending on your therapist, a therapist will sit back and be like, and how do you feel? And what do you think you could do?
Mm-hmm.
I personally, as a life coach, I feel like we give so much more insight. And I'm not telling anybody don't go to therapy. If you need therapy, please, by all means do. If you suffer from...
Oh, see, she was getting ready to say something real good. See, I promise you. Trinity, that happens all the time. When you get ready to say something real good, that's what happens. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, I don't know what is going on. Okay, so I tell people, if you're bipolar or something like that, I'm not equipped to deal with that. I can help you in finding yourself, but I'm not equipped in helping you deal with that. I'm not a licensed therapist. I am a licensed life coach. So if you're having issues spiritually, financially, when it comes down to love, I am not a love coach. That is not me. But I can help you get to where you need to be and set your standards so that you can date and be, open to it, and also understand the warning signs and the red flags. I can do that. But again, this is working on you. Self-love and all of that, I can assist with that as well. So those are the areas that I help people with. And so I love it, because in helping others, I'm also continuing to excel, with myself and transform. And so it's no better feeling than having people who say, oh my gosh, thank you, studying under me, that have come back and been like, you helped me find a part of myself I never knew was there. Mm-hmm. Or you helped me find a part of me that was lost that I didn't think I would find. And so as a life coach, I definitely feel like it's very meaningful for people to have one. And if you can, find one that can work with you. Find one that will take the time. Don't just find somebody that'll be like, well, I'm going to put you on this course and this is what you're going to do for 5 weeks. No. If they do that, they're not the one.
Exactly. What's up? My co-host just came in here. Y'all know that I normally have Trini and Nikki on for the Zoom council. And so Nikki's in here. She's going to co-host with me. We have been talking about self-care stuff all night. And Nikki knows that before I stopped drinking, because I don't drink, I don't smoke, one of my self-care things used to be, you guys give me a nice little glass of wine and just sit and not do anything. And so Nikki can relate to, a nice glass of wine is okay. It's all right to just, sit there and not say anything and just sip and look, sip and look. Nothing wrong with that. Nikki, how are you tonight, sweetie?
Good love. Sorry I'm late, guys.
Hey, you all right?
The whole topic is very interesting tonight, because that's kind of what I had to do for myself.
Okay.
Today. And something, I missed everything, and I'm so sorry. And Pete, I love you. Real boo-boo. Love y'all. But for me, it was really, sometimes you just have to take time for yourself. You gotta do it. So that's my input, but I'm back. I love y'all.
Good.
Ladies, after y'all 15 more minutes.
So D, you got something for me?
I do.
All right.
You saw me looking around like. So I have a whole chapter on self-love, right? And so Trinity was hitting on a lot of things where I'm still a work in progress. and I am going to therapy. I have a bunch. I'm grateful. I have a bunch of people in my life that I can talk to on top of having a therapist. So it's not a life coach, but I have people I can trust and be like, D, that's not a good idea. You know, it's not them, it's you. So yeah, so I had to go through a lot. In the process of doing this book, I had to really dig deep and stop worrying about other people and really just say I'm putting it out. Because this book has a lot to do with my mom's, and I had to like let that go because I was you see, I'm always worried about someone else and worrying about what they think and how they're gonna feel and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, but at the end of the day, this was a book of release. So I needed to definitely do that for myself. So this was a major thing that I did. And I have a poem that's called Just Me, and it hits on a lot of the points. And in my poems, if you guys read my poems, it definitely digs deep, but then there's always light at the end of the tunnel because there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever you're going through, there's always a positive to what you're going through because it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Exactly. I believe that.
Yes.
So this is Just Me. In being alone, I found me. In finding me, now I know what's best. Getting through self-conflict, sexual addiction, pain was my religion. Self was my prison. Life was a collision in a sense. Wish that was it, but I'm not finished. I would quit, but I'm no quitter. I would stop there, but that would be unfair. Let's make this clear. I was there. I was hurt, battered, bruised, confused. Never win, always lose. Now it's clear. There must be no fear. Living with open minds and hearts, with closed lids, for the truth is felt, not seen. Let's wear our hearts on our sleeves, remove all material things, only then you can see the cries, see all the hidden facts, see the sealed cracks. The glitch in the matrix is all a hoax. Truth is, no one really knows. But one thing's for sure, I found me. I found faith. I found truth. I found love. Most important, I found God. I'm broken, but I'm fixable. I'm broke, but I don't care. All I need is what I have, and what I have is love to give. And all I can offer is just me.
And aren't we enough?
I had to get them snacks.
Yes, we are.
Aren't we enough? We are more than enough. Yes. We are more than enough. Yes. And it's like a lot of times when we sit and we're quiet, a lot of people, I had to learn how to do it. A lot of people don't like sitting and being quiet. Thank you so much. A lot of people don't like sitting and being quiet and being alone with themselves. And I had to come to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm all right with me. And it's okay to be alone with me and think about where my journey is going. Now, sometimes people feel like when you sit alone too long, your mind starts racing. You start thinking about things that you shouldn't. But that's what this is all about, you guys. It's all about the self-care. I do want to shout out my guys that are in the chat right now. Man Code, the Fry King. I know my boy X is in and out, and my boy Andrew. You guys, next week the guys are going to be getting together, and Fry King is going to be joining them. So I'm so excited about that. So I hope that you guys come and hang out and stick in the chat when we have our What Women Want Wednesdays, the all male version. So in a few minutes we are going to do King's speech, so you guys can listen to that. So Terrell, I don't want to leave you out because you are here, and I know a lot of times when we are talking about the self-care and doing things for ourselves, we leave the guys totally out. Because for a long time I used to think self-care was, let me go get a mani-pedi and a spa treatment and all these things, but self-care is just as important to the guys. So what are some of the things that you do? Like, do you have a morning ritual? Do you have things that you have to do for yourself to make sure that you are centered? Thank you for the gifts, you guys. I love you. You don't have to, but thank you.
First, I would say, like, for myself, honestly, I wake up and I pray. I sit there and I just try to center myself that way. And then after that, I just take a nice long shower. get my mind right, get focused on what my goals are, because I actually have a vision board set up in my room as to what goals I'm trying to reach and how close I'm getting to them every single day. So I feel like that's a big part of self-care for myself, is just being knowledgeable of where my plan has me going. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's what's really important. And then as far as like personal self-care, I'll get a manicure, I'll get a pedicure. I'll sit there and relax in that seat. No, my feet are ticklish. So,
ooh, good to know. Good to know.
I'm not trying to kick somebody in the face. So, but yeah, I'll get that done too, because I feel like it's important to just be well-rounded with your self-care. And, you know, as well as like spiritually, mentally, like your goals, your physical appearance, everything is just knowing that knowing of self and placing yourself in that balanced area, that space, and having that little personal space to yourself too, that special place that's just for you, that you can be away from everything. That's, to me, a good mental standpoint of self-care as well, where everything's quiet. Because when I write my music, I'll just sit there and I'll write with nothing playing. I don't listen to any other artists. I'll write the song before I even find the beat for it.
Okay.
That's how most of my songs go. Like, some of them start out as poems, some of them start out as like rap lyrics. And I'll transition them into what I can sing, and it just ends up working out well. And I'll find the beat for it later, it just ends up being like the perfect marriage.
Mm-hmm. So, Trini and I'm glad he said that. Trini and D, when you're writing, do you find that you say, oh, I'm going to write a poem about love? Or do you just start writing and then once you're done say, okay, I'm going to entitle this Love on the Highway? Like how does it? I know that D, sometimes we have to write, all three of us, we have to write for an event. But when you're just inspired, like, is it the title first or the theme behind it? Or you just let the pen and the paper start moving and then...
Oh, I write first.
Okay. Okay?
Yeah, I write first, and then a lot of times my title will come from the poem. Sometimes I'll take the last word and make it the title, or sometimes it'll stay untitled for a little bit. Like, I do this thing called the 30-30, the National Poetry Month. And it's the challenge for one poem per day. And so that month I'm forcing it, but it's more like an exercise, right? Because that's just getting me ready. And a lot of those poems become a longer poem or whatever. But definitely poem first, then title. And I do this backwards thing, right? Because I like to spell check before I waste paper. So I do it in my notes on my phone, right? I'm so backwards, I'm trying to tell you. And I spell check it, send it to my Google, and then, like, as another exercise, I'll write it in a notebook that I have. And I know that we should be writing so that I make it my business to write it out in an actual book. So I have my books too. So it's just a little process. And during that process, it's an editing thing, right? Because I'm still editing until it gets to the book. Once the book is finalized, you know? But yeah, definitely poem first.
Okay. Trini?
I think, like I said, most of my stuff just comes. But sometimes I do want to write a poem about something in particular. And again, I just wait on the words to come to me. Funny enough, I knew that this was coming for a while, for this What Women Want Wednesday. And the whole time I seem to have not been able to write not one damn thing. And mind you, we kept putting this off. So this has been, in the works for like months. Finally today, I was like, Lord, I have nothing. Like, I have nothing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But I need something on self-love and self-care. And lie to you not, I sat down, I looked at my phone. 10 minutes later, I came up with the poem that I just did. That same poem that I did earlier is the same poem that I wrote in literally 10 minutes. So again, it's a process for me, but sometimes gotta come to and be like, all right, I got you. You just needed this. And I'm like, okay, thanks. So how that worked for me. So that is one time that I could say I definitely did like sit down and say, this is what I need to write about. And it came to me. But again, I didn't even think about it. I just prayed and it came. So, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to get into a little bit of King's speech. We're going to listen to it. Nikki, I want you to think about what another self-care tip that you do or something that we can share. Ladies and gentlemen out there in TikTok land, I want you to think about something that you do, something that you want to share, or a question that you might have about self-care. And D, I want you to think of another poem to spit. We're going to get into a little bit of King's speech. This is from my boy Terrell Music, you guys.
So D doesn't have to do a third one.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna let's make it happen. Gotta turn it up a little bit. This is my boy Terrell, King's speech. Terrell over there with his own eyes closed. That's when you get into your own stuff. Look at you. So wait, there is a lyric. Terrell, give me the chorus.
The chorus is, tell me, can you lead, borrow, follow, listen, grow? And that, I picked those specifics because even though I feel like people have not yet seen that royalty that they have in themselves, that place where they can be, they still miss those facts that sometimes you have to listen, sometimes you have to borrow, sometimes you have to learn to lead, and then you, like, through all those things, you grow. And that's what I meant by that part of the hook right there.
Okay. See, and I'm when I heard that, I thought that's what you were saying. And I know Mimi said earlier, having that group, having to have that group around you. And a lot of times, like for us, I believe iron sharpens iron. And I believe that the reason why I'm connected to D True Poetry and to Trini and to you and to Nikki and to the rest of the Zoom Council is because there's something that each one of us can grab and learn from one another. You know, we have younger people in our group, and I feel as younger women looking up to me or Nikki or D or Trini, you can grab some things. We've been through some things, some wonderful things. We've been through motherhood. We have young mothers who have babies that are still, 11 and 12. So those are things that for those of us I have an 18-year-old. I think Asia's son is 21. I want to say he's 21. So we have all those different experiences. And when you have to borrow something, it's okay. And I think a lot of times we're scared to say, hey, you have something that I want. So let's talk about it. How did you get there? Why do you think that way? We're scared to do that. And that's another part of self-care. You guys got to surround yourself with people who won't be afraid to tell you that you're wrong. But at the same time, like in Terrell's song, it said, lift your head up. I was looking at the book and you said, lift your head up. I was like, what? It was just natural to when you think about stuff like that. So Terrell, I love it. And we're gonna do heavy heart. Before we get out of here, Nikki, a tip, anything that you think of that you do, something you learn. I know you work out a lot, so.
Not a lot, but I do it. I do it. That is good. That is something that it wasn't even what I was thinking of, but I guess it can be depending on what it is that you like. Well, the first thing that was coming to my mind is just one thing that you enjoy thoroughly yourself. For me, it can be reading, movies, television. Make sure that you're still giving yourself that time to read a book, to knit, to sit down, and I actually love, don't nobody judge me, but to color. Coloring books, and they're adult coloring books with some very expensive color pencils. But that just gives me time to release. So making sure that you have one thing that you enjoy to do, that you always know that you have that to turn to give yourself a minute to regroup. That's probably my thing. Mm-hmm. But working out, that's not what it is for me. Okay. Just working out is not that. I kind of hate people after this.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. So Trini, you said you're gonna grace us with another piece.
Yes.
All right.
So I was asked by somebody to do one that I already paid. And that this one fit perfectly because I wrote it for a fellow person in our group. I'm not gonna put her out there, but she know who she is. When she hear it, she'll know who she is. So I'm gonna do this one because I feel like whoever didn't hear it, it may ring for them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do it again.
Cool.
Okay. Gotta stop my video, man. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
Alright. Last night, I made God cry happy tears because I finally laid down my burdens and released all my fears, and now I'm walking in my purpose and discovering the woman that's been trying to emerge for years. I went on a journey to the past, saw the younger version of me. She said, we were supposed to remain powerful. That's what we said we would be. Remember, we said we wasn't going to be the world's slave. We would always be free. As I looked at this precious little girl with almond-shaped eyes and brown, sugary skin, I knew I had failed us and we couldn't start all over again. I said, I'm sorry we lost our way. I got caught up in the world and I let the devil win. She looked at me and said, the answers are within. I looked at her and she was now tall. I saw the galaxy in her eyes, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, and all. She said, the shoes you're trying to walk in don't fit, they're too small. They failed you because they're unstable, not fit for the queen that you are. Taken aback with shock and surprise, I said, my shoes fit and they're the right size. She said, no, we're supposed to be walking with a purpose, dignity, and pride. The shoes you're walking in are making you slide, but real queens aren't supposed to slip. They're supposed to glide. Now straighten your crown and hold your head high. I snapped back into reality, got down on my knees, prayed and meditated immediately. I felt the sky open up and felt God looking at me, crying happy tears. He said, my child, you were made in my... Immediately, I felt the sky open up and felt God looking at me, crying happy tears. He said, my child, you were made in my image. You will use your superpowers and walk like the queen and divine, feminine, spiritual being that I designed you to be. That's it.
Yes, come on.
What? I think that was a good closing.
Come on.
Once again, baby.
Come on.
I was like, you know what? I gotta turn my camera off. I was like,
right. I love it. I love it. Oh my God, I wish I could take those roses and give them to them. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
We need to collaborate.
Oh yes, we did.
Look, hey, and I see him in here. You guys, I am always amazed by this circle and the ones that are in the chat because, okay, I'm gonna put him on blast right quick because he is in here. Okay, so yes, he says that, you know, he can do a thirst trap and all that stuff like that. But if you guys have not checked out the Voice 28's page with him spitting bars, so look, it's not just the face and the body. It's something up here. And I'm just like, kudos to you. So you have not gotten away scot-free, young man, because we will be talking about, you really should have been on this panel. I tried to catch you, but I think you was ducking me a little bit because you know I was looking at you. Yes. And when, I mean, a lot of people sent it to me too. And I was like, look at, he's laughing. I was like, okay. That's what I'm talking about. Well-rounded, you guys. We're talking about well-rounded. Like right now, I surround myself, and when I say I surround myself, my hat is eliminate negative energy. My boy EXE. I have my favorite scripture on me when I say I come equipped. When they talk about put on the whole armor of God, sometimes that means different things for different people. My boy Man Code is in here. He knows. But what I'm saying is, you have to have things around you, whether it's your blessed oil, whether it's your people, whether it's your hat, your shirt, your books. Self-care is about so many different things. And I haven't forgot about you, Nikki, and I haven't forgotten about you, D, because D and Terrell are going to take us out when we get ready to go. The other thing that I wanted to tell you guys about, because we have so many things, and I'm so excited that I showed up on the For You page. You just don't know how excited that makes me that the live showed up on the For You page. I'm excited. You guys, another thing, I love it. I'm always on, like you can see this on Instagram. I know you guys have seen this advertised, the self-care planner. It's the bomb. I gotta stop buying stuff online, but this is the bomb. The first thing that it does, you guys, as it says for you to say yourself, I am worthy. And we are. And then the next thing it tells you to do is to write a love letter to yourself. So this is just homework for my people out there in TikTok land. I want each one of you sometime this week or sometime this weekend, please write a love letter to yourself. It was the most amazing experience for me. At first it started out a little rough. I was scared. I didn't know what I wanted to say, like writing a letter to myself, and I was nervous. But try writing a love letter to yourself and wait till you see what you put on the page and realize how much you, when you're not afraid and you don't judge it, how much you love yourself, and subconsciously what you really think about how wonderful you are, because if we don't think we're wonderful, nobody else will. So Nikki, any tips? Other tips?
I take my last tip.
Did you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did.
I'm sorry. The poem, no, because the poem
read a book.
Had me going. Read
a book. Knit something. Color in a book.
Right, you said color. I'm so sorry. Trini's poem had me like this.
Did I not? Sorry. No, did I not? Just saying. I gave my tip.
You did.
I'm ready for D.
You did. Come on. Because I know she got something. I know she got something else.
I like coloring. When she said coloring, I was like, no, because when Trini was talking and Storm was talking, they were like, what they do every morning. So coloring was not in my head, right? And so, but I love coloring because coloring takes you to a different place. And I'm a sketcher, right? And I like to paint. And so that sketching itself, ever since I was a kid, focusing in on that one line, like looking at a picture and then just emulating that picture, like that was my thing. Like nothing else mattered in the world but that line that I had to get right, because it had to match up with the next line and the next line so that I can get this picture, right? And so everything disappeared. So that's one thing that I used to do. So when you said that, I was like, yes.
The coloring, that's the thing for me with coloring. And one thing I've noticed is that for me, my colors, it's always big, bright, and bold colors. Mm-hmm. And I do that where the colors all have to, like, there's always some type of strategic thing that I'm doing that I don't realize I'm doing until I'm like halfway through. And I can't start another page as much as I might want to until the one I'm on is done, which is bananas. But it's definitely something that I might not be able to draw or write or do all of that good stuff, but I can color.
Art, bestie, that's what it is. Listen, so poem, let me see. Okay, so probably the last one I picked is titled
Torn.
Oh. Sorry. It's titled Who I Am. And I was listening to
Who's our favorite?
It is my favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
You got favorites? Okay.
Don't know it's my favorite. And she knows it's my favorite.
I do. And I marked it because I got a whole chapter of self-love. So I was like, I'm just going to read out of this chapter.
Yes.
So Trini and everyone else had said, different things, different stages, and I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
Who I am. I am the struggle of happiness, the peace of war. Yeah, I'm sure. I am the essence of goodness, the perfume of paradise, the rainbow after the storm. I'm a long way from home. I am the daughter of temptation, the sister of a victim, the cousin of pain, streams of endless rain. I am the aunt of loneliness, the granddaughter of second chances. Most important, I am the mother of my happiness. I am the strength of my ancestors and the courage of my forefathers, the voice of my sisters and brothers. Who am I? I am poetry.
Yes, come on.
So yeah.
We gotta speak it. I gotta speak it since you can't see me. So snap.
So she
love y'all for no reason and every reason on purpose.
Thanks. Love you too, boo.
And let's talk about that too. D, I love that. I don't know how you came up. Please tell me how you came up with that. Because when somebody tells you they love you for no reason and for every reason on purpose, it's like somebody loving you on purpose. Do you understand what that means? Like, I put effort into loving you, and I love you for no reason, not because of what you did, not because of what you said. Where'd you get that? Where'd it come from?
I was doing my lives, and I was just telling them that I love for no reason. Like, that's what I was saying. And then I just started saying, I love you for no reason. And then someone had said something in the chat, and I was like, yeah, there's a reason for loving you. And then I just added, there's a reason for loving you, but I don't need a reason to love you. And I just kind of, in one of my lives, I was explaining it. And it wasn't a slogan. It was just me explaining how I love for no reason. And then I said, what did I say? I said, I love you for no reason, and then when I get to know you, I'm gonna love you for a reason because you're worthy to be loved, right? And so I just kept on flowing with it. And then I was like, and we was like getting on the subject of love. We get on that subject a lot. And we would get on a subject where you gotta love on purpose, because that is an action word. You can't just be like, I love you, and then that's it, right? When you love on purpose every single day, whether that person is lovable that day or not. And I have a line in one of my poems that says, I don't love you because you're lovable. I love you because I love.
Woo!
Period. So I was like, I just kept going with it until it got to the point where I was just like, I love you for no reason. And then I was like, in every reason. And then I was like, on purpose. And then after that moment that I said it, I was like, I'm just going to keep saying it. So I say it after everything I do, because people need to know that. People need to know you're worthy to be loved. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You're worthy of it. It doesn't matter what you do, because some people think that they're not worthy because they're not doing a certain thing or not saying a certain. That's all false. It's all false. So that's why I say that, because it's true. It's true to me. And it just kept building on, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna cut it off there. The hashtag is already long enough.
I love it though. I love it. Like, you and we all have some hashtags and some endings that are wonderful. And I appreciate it. And it's like, it's stuff that you don't have to do. Like, you don't have to share your most private thoughts with us, but you do. You don't have to share your love with us, but you do. And that's why I wanted to do this, you guys, because it's good that we talk about relationships and things like that, but we have to take care of one another as well. So my question, and this one is for Terrell. So do you find that because of the turns that music is taking? Do you find that a lot of times you're like, okay, well, this is the hot new thing right here, and so I need to write something that's going on here, or like King's Speech came out of the Black Lives Matter movement, but do you ever find yourself, those are wonderful, heartfelt things to write about, but do you ever find yourself kind of swaying to, okay, so this is what's going on right now, so let me address this topic? Or is it just free flowing like the ladies with poetry? Do you just say, what, something hits me?
Honestly, it's free flowing. I was like, because I've written, and people look at me with wide eyes when I say this, I've written over 2,717 songs, and I haven't even released everything because there are a million ways to say somewhat of the same thing. It's just how you deliver it. And that is the one thing that stands out the most to me when it comes to the music industry and dealing with putting music out, is that you listen close enough, you're going to hear the same thing. They just said it. Or their approach was different, or they were more aggressive, or they were more calm with it. But that point still got across, and it still resonated with people. And that's the one thing I always try to do with my music, is just be able to resonate with people. It's not about what's the most popular for me. It's about what I can deliver people as my authentic self.
Love it. Love it. D, you are definitely going to close us out tonight. I am going to go and put up Heavy Heart. My lady, please find one more for us. I know I'm putting her to work, but we all love it, don't we, you guys?
You definitely put me to work.
Look, because I'm trying to sell some books. Look, all these poems you can find in D True Poetry's book, Broken Silence. And guess what, you guys? Look, I got the scoop.
You can order it directly from her, guys. Don't make the mistake that I made. And I was busy and had to get it real fast and went to Amazon. If you order directly from D, she will send you a personal message in your copy. I don't have it, and that's fine. There's no message in mine. That's okay.
She sounds like she feels some kind of way. Hey, but Nikki, I got book 2 and 3 are coming.
Well, I already know that. You said I didn't know. She got off the book.
I was like, the scoop?
Book 2 is supposed to be out this month. Book 2 is supposed to be out for her birthday, but I didn't say.
So Broken Silence, you guys. So you got to get Broken Silence so that you can get book 2 and 3. I'm going to go pull up Heavy Heart. You guys, in the chat, more self-care tips. You guys have been doing a great job. My moderators, I love you. Everybody that's here, I love you for being here. I love the fact that we are not talking about sex and you guys still came and kicked it with me and kicked it with the Zoom council. I appreciate that because, it's more than just that. If we don't take care of ourselves, if we don't love ourselves, then there is no sex, there is no relationship, and there's nothing to fight about. So I'm gonna get this, and you guys put it in the chat. If you guys got something else you want to share, please do. While I pull up my last song, please. Y'all so funny.
I'm looking. I might do I Am Woman.
Yes.
Like that one. Yeah. All right.
I like it's not like my favorite. It has stayed my favorite because I always come back to that one. But I'll hear one and see and be like, dang, I like that one even more. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you do you.
All right, you guys. Here is Heavy Heart. If what's the name of this? Is that Heavy Heart? Yes, it is. Featuring Keynote. Okay.
We tried so hard and now we're through. Gotta be the strongest one in this world to hold up this heavy heart. Love with the intent to hurt, just to feel like the air snatched from your lungs. Feeling what we were, can't let this be. Never let me cry. Too many tears so hard and now we're through.
Look, she give me your heart, don't give me your mind. Know I'm a star, you giving me shine. Knew from the start that you was a dime. So I play my part, I fall in the line, I fall in the love, I fall in the lust. And maybe girl, it can be all the above. Yeah. So how you gonna act when I come through? I don't really want much, but I want you. So I'ma shoot my shot like a gun do. Have you ever took shots at the sunroof? Praying to God that we make it. Give me some time and I'll take it. The feelings for you, I can't fake it. Give me your heart, I won't break it. But I'ma be honest, some women know me for breaking the promise. I need Aphrodite, I feel like Adonis. They call me a god, but I'm just being modest. How you insecure when you look like a goddess? Your body, your temple, won't you let me in? Baby, I'm trying to be more than a friend. I keep it 100, you probably a 10. Just give me your love, I won't lose it again. And it's us to the end.
You let my heart down, man. You pick my heart up and then why can't we let this go? You for me and I for you. Leave me so high then torn in two. You for me and I for you. We try so hard and now we're through. No difference made when things get left is time to change your mind. To say what you left.
So, Terrell, you know I'm about to ask you, like I did with the other song. So, did you
Can
guys...
I give it up to him first? Let's give it up to him first, because that's an amazing song.
You gotta
And
check.
in case y'all have not downloaded his songs, you need to.
Yes.
Because I have. And he is an amazing artist. Amazing voice.
Period.
Tell that he puts a lot in his music when you listen to those songs. I'm telling you, if you have not copped any of his music, just listen to one.
Hey,
and
go.
I promise you will be addicted.
Go
That's
check
all
out
it is.
X. That's what. Yeah, go. Please go check out X. The gentleman said something. Keynote said something, and I'm paraphrasing you guys. When he talks about the girl judging herself, and he's like, "How can you judge yourself when you're a goddess?" It's like a lot of times we don't see what we look like. We don't see what other people see, and so we're judging ourselves. We're the first one to say, "I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I'm too this," and somebody else is like, "No, you look perfect to me." So you know, there was a TikTok today where they were talking about Kevin Samuels. My girl Keita Rose was saying, hold on, Kevin Samuels is judging these women and he's saying she's a 4 and she's a 2 and she's a 5, and she said she couldn't believe women were getting on Kevin Samuels' show and saying, well, I'm a 2 or I'm a 4, you know, based on what his judgment was. I will never get on somewhere and tell somebody I'm a 2, I'm a 4. No, honey. I feel like I'm a 10. You might not think I'm a 10. That's right. Somebody says true beauty comes from within. Exactly. I'm a 10. I don't care what you say. No. All 6 feet of me. I'm a 10. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. That's what I'm talking about. Spotify, yes. Yep. Correct, Terrell? Spotify?
Yep.
Yes.
Spotify, Apple Music.
Wonderful.
It's on all platforms.
That's right.
It's on everything.
Ask me how I know. Okay, moving forward.
Yes, I know I'm a 10. That's right. My mama said.
Right.
My mama said I was cute. I love that you guys have stayed on, and I definitely want to do the self-care some more. Look, you guys, next week, you know, it's going to be an all-male panel. I am not going to blow the surprise until the guys, you know, Man Code, all of them are getting together. The Fry King will be there. I will tell you that one of the subjects is going to coincide with what we're doing today, and I'll leave it like that. Self-care, you guys, self-love, it is important. There is a reason why my page is the way it is. I want to shout out my girl CJ is in here. Hello, love. I love you, love you, love you. Twisted Skittles. My moderators are killing it. Mimi doing her thing. You guys, important. I'm gonna go back over it one more time, and then the girls are gonna close us out, look. Write a letter to yourself. You got the love letter. Write a little note to your future self about things that you know are going to happen. If it's congratulations on that new job, congratulations on that new car, congratulations on the new house, congratulations on your wedding, whatever it is, write a note to yourself, your future self, put it away, and it'll be so much fun to open it up and read it and see how detailed you were. And remember, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So the things that you say, let me say it again. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. The things that you say, come on, manifest it. Talk about it. Get it out there. Watch it come to pass. That, you guys, you got your self-care planner. Write the love letter to yourself. There are great things in here. A self-care thing that you can do once. One thing every day. One of the things I did today was tell yourself, oh, you can't see it because it's bright. Sorry about that. But one of the things it told me to do today was write down 3 things I love about my body, or take a walk in the morning, or buy coffee for somebody, or send a text message, a nice text message to somebody. And me and my friends, we do it. The Royal Family, we do it every morning. Also, it's okay to write down little notes and things like that. I get these little books from the dollar store. This one says, Too Inspired to Be Tired. Your life coach book, you guys, if you can't find a life coach, I got this at Barnes & Noble. Life coach, different things that'll help you throughout your day, little 10-minute things that you can do every day. Also, we talked about chakras, the Chakra Bible. If you're into chakras, please. Yep. Chakras and your stones. There are several people on TikTok. You guys know they're into it. This is my carnelian. I love it. It's because I'm working on my sacral chakra. All right, you guys. And also something that Trini told me about. I like manifesting things, you guys, and saying what's going to happen. And self-care is about thinking into the future and what you're going to do and living your best life. So I've got these manifestation journals, 369. And what happens is you write in the morning, the afternoon, and the night. You write something like for right now, I'll share with you guys that I was so excited about my new position, my position that I got on this for this summer. And I wrote, I am so happy to be the community coordinator for Collingswood High School. And I wrote it, and I wrote it, and I wrote it, and I wrote it. And I am the community coordinator for the summer for Collingswood High School.
Well, you didn't just write it.
No.
You didn't just write it.
Go ahead.
What else you had to do? So, I tell people I'm a huge manifester. I truly believe that everything is up to God. And sometimes things are just not for you. And sometimes the things that we manifest still aren't for us. And even if you do get it, sometimes it's not really meant for you to keep or have. And then you have a lot of people who will ask for something in particular, and then when they get it, they like, that's not what I wanted, but that's what you asked for. So when it comes down to manifesting, and I have an entire course and session that I give on stuff like this, but when it comes down to manifesting, the biggest thing that you have to do, you have to put yourself in the vibration to receive it. You have to do your portion of the work. Please do not think that it's just writing something down and that's it. If it's a job, you need to apply. It's not going to come knocking on your door. That's not how that works. So, and not only that, but see yourself in that already, in the present. That is what I always speak when I talk to my clients, even my friends. When you manifest, please remember that it is already about putting yourself in that position. So when you're getting ready to go to work, if it's a new job, you need to imagine yourself as you're driving to work, driving to that new job. When you walk into your job, no matter how sucky that job may be, if it's sucky, imagine you're walking into the new place. At the front of the building, you're not seeing the name of the old agency, you're seeing the name of the new agency.
Come on with it. Yes.
So imagine how you will feel and actually live in that moment. And even if it's just for a minute, you want to do that. And not only that, you want to put all your time and your energy into believing it and living in that moment. And when you start to doubt, because we covered that too, when you start to doubt, because you have a lot of people that ain't coming to me, ain't no way that's going to work. Okay, well, guess what? You done just blocked your entire manifestation just by doing that. So instead of doing that, when you start thinking about, oh, well, when is it going to come? How is it going to come?
Oh, thank
blah,
you.
Blah, blah. Stop thinking about all that. That ain't your problem. That's God's problem.
Yep.
Do your part and let him do the rest.
Yep.
So when you do that, make sure
that was for me.
Yes.
When you start thinking negatively, just make sure that you reverse that. And you're like, no, I'm not thinking negative, and start thinking about what it feels like being in that moment. So the best way to, counteract negativity is to radiate and give off positivity. And you'll see that there's such a difference when you do that.
And Trini, check it out.
Tell me that was not for me.
Yes, it was. But look, before we go into that, Nikki, look, Trini, Big Beyonce came in here and she was like, just big up to you. But let me say something. We're talking about self-care. Yeah.
She knows I love her, so.
We talking about self-care and we talking about self-love. When I tell you, I rocks with Beyonce, because when I tell you she hit her videos and her video got out there and she was like, I love me, and people tried to come for Beyonce, and I'm like, I feel so bad for those poor pitiful people, because when you have somebody that loves themselves, they don't care what you think, they love everything about them. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm glad she came in here. And yes, Nikki, that was for you, but when I say Beyonce, I'm gonna say it right now on my live. That's what I'm talking about. And I know I hit you up and I know I said it, but that's what I'm talking about. If we don't show everybody that we love us, every bit of us, no matter what it is, I really don't care how you feel about it. I love me. That's what I'm talking about. So, I want to say thank you. And I know that there are a bunch of women out there that are like, okay, Beyonce, look at y'all acting up with the flowers. It's a bunch of women out there that appreciate the fact that you were willing to say, I love me and I don't care about y'all. I don't care how you feel, because there's a bunch of people that love me and I got to be out here and support. God gave me a voice to do something, and I'm so glad you are being so obedient, Beyonce. So I want to say thank you again. And Nikki, yes, that was for you. Like Trini,
Rob is on here. My friend Ish, my bestie, Ish Robinson, who actually the connections are thick and real when it comes to the Pittsburgh crew and her Beyonce. Was actually they know one another. Yes, I hope that she heard what was said and what I said. That was all for me, y'all. Period. Cause I be mad. I be real mad.
When I tell you,
I ain't mad. I'm gonna change that. You see what I just said? What I just did, how I flipped it. I ain't mad.
That's right. You're not mad. You receiving. But people have to remember that when you ring at a low vibration, you can't ask for high vibrational things. It's not possible.
Come on.
If you and this is something that I think I have said, and Storm, you've heard me say this. We had a whole session on this where I talked about manifestation, a whole Zoom session, and I tell people, if you're raining on, like, if you asking for money and you want money, you can't be at that low vibrational I'm always broke level.
And not at all.
Money don't come to people who always broke. So if you got $1 in your account, stop looking at that dollar and start picturing it as being $100, $1,000, $20,000, or whatever it is, and start putting yourself on the vibration of doing so. And another big thing is make sure you give back. And I'm not talking about, it doesn't have to be financial. It could be spiritual. It could be just uplifting somebody in their day, no matter what you're going through. It could be, hey, buying somebody food, whatever it is.
It could be coming on this show.
It could be a lot. I mean, and whatever it is, let me tell you, you cannot continue to ask and be blessed and expect to continue to be blessed if you're not giving. It's not possible. God will look at you and be like, oh, so I'm just supposed to keep on giving to you and you ain't finna give to nobody else? That ain't how that works. That ain't how that works. So make sure that in the other way, when you are on a high vibration, you will always receive. You will be abundant in everything. Like, I am literally at a level in my life where as much as I want, I don't need shit. Period.
Did you feel that?
Come on.
And like, I don't need nothing. Look, my bills is paid, my job is damn good, my kids is taken care of, we eat every day. All of it, like, this is not an issue to me. If I need money, I don't even think about, I need money. Money flows to me regularly. I'm not chasing nothing. Money chases me. I'm not doing it. I refuse. It already belongs to me. God said so. I'm in the show. Why are you worried? And the thing is that when people find themselves in that low point to the point where they can't do nothing else, that's when they turn to God. God, I'm done. I done tried. God been sitting there the whole time looking at you like, finally.
Right.
You ain't gave up like
I've been here waiting on you.
Yes, it's like, stop trying to do God's job. If it is meant for you to have, you will have it. And not only that, anything you desire, you have to remember, you are a spiritual being living in a physical body. You are just here for an experience. So you are magnetic. You are energetic. Anything you want will automatically draw to you as long as you are ready to receive it and are vibrating on the level to receive it. If you are not there, you will not get it.
Exactly. You got it.
So that was
again. Please say that again.
I my message.
Look, you got talking. I knew it, Trini. Talking to you. That's all right. She being obedient. and my thing is, everybody thinks, oh, I'm just gonna wait for it to come. No, you got to do the work too. You got to do those things. Like everything, it all ties in together. And look, we're always talking about, I want God to do this. I want God to do that. I have faith that God is going to do this. I have faith that God. Faith without works. Faith without works. God didn't say, okay, here, I'm just going to give it to you. Right. He ain't say, I'm just going to, here you go. You got to do something. You got to get up. You got to move. You got to pour into yourself. That's what we're doing right now. Self-care. We sit and we talk about stuff, you guys, and it organically comes. And we say organically, but where 2 or 3 are gathered, God is in the midst. And when I tell you he's in the midst of this crew, so when we're talking about things, when we're talking about self-care, when we're talking about mental health issues, when we're talking about all those things, it's because we're trying to be obedient. Something else is God is moving us to say, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Thank you. That's what I was waiting for people in the chat to be like, it's dead. That's right. My church kids, my church babies in there. But when I say, you guys, this has been wonderful. This has been amazing. I'm looking at her. She's in my corner. So you know what I'm about to ask. You got one more? And then we can go.
I just said the message. Deep True Poetry. You got this.
You did. I was listen.
There you go. It's a close up right there.
I got vision boards behind me. I done did vision boards. I done manifested my daughter's car. Didn't even know I was manifesting her car. I done manifested apartments. But put in the work, because like I filled out for low income, and then I was waiting, and I was like, this vision board, I'm just gonna fill it up with brand new stuff. Let me tell you, I didn't know how I was gonna buy that new stuff. I didn't know when they was gonna call me. Listen, they called me. I put my house with all brand new stuff. Didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I did it. You know what I mean? I put in the work, the sources, whatever, and then on top of that, like with the bank account thing, like you said, don't stare at that dollar. I saw somewhere where they said print out your bank report and add zeros to it, right? Mm-hmm. And so what I did was, I got my report, I did a screenshot and just altered that junk. I put a whole bunch of zeros, numbers, and the crazy part is just so crazy. I worked. Next thing you know, I came up with some money, and I was just like, how do numbers match? Ooh. Why do the numbers match, though?
Come on.
This is crazy. Oh my, I just had to add to that, because I was like, yes, that happens to me. So what I was going to say was, I was going to do a poem out of my book, but I'm going to read a poem out of my second book, right? It's not long, it's very short, but I feel like it has a little message that we should leave off on, right? It's short and sweet. I'm going to get it up right now. It's on my computer, so I'm going to probably, I don't know if I'm going to shut my camera off so y'all won't see me looking crazy reading my stuff.
That's all right.
My phone's all in the...
Girl, you better put that camera on when you start reading. I ain't trying to hear that.
You want to see me? See Nikki?
Yes.
And then I gotta go. I'm being camera back on, because Nikki's up in the dirt back.
I'm being a 20-year-old sister. Could be like, this is the way I said I wanted it.
Alright. So it's titled Smile. Let's smile today. Even with masks in place, let's laugh today. Even though nothing is funny, let's empower each other today. Even when words don't clearly communicate, let's forgive today. For once the sun sets, today be yesterday, and tomorrow be today. Let's smile past the pain of yesterday, smiling while enduring today. Smile to tomorrow be yesterday, because this be the power you've gained. This superpower that no one can take away. That's it.
Yes. Come on, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's what snaps. I don't know about y'all, but I hang around some bad women. So that makes me a bad woman. That makes all of you in the chat bad women and bad men. I really appreciate. Look, I'm sorry. We are definitely going to have to do this again. But here's the deal, you guys. With everybody being obedient, and I got okay. Let me say this right now. Self-care. I got the vaccination. I know it's different for everybody. My friend called me and asked me, would I put a magnet on my arm to see if the magnet stuck? I was like, the magnet did not stick. I don't have something growing out of my neck. That's not to say, it's for everybody. I'm not saying get it. I'm not saying don't. But I had to say that because I saw somebody in here and I was like, okay. But you guys, we have to do this again. I really feel like we have to bring this back around. And I would love just, I don't know, maybe this time I'm going to figure out how to set up, and maybe I'll do a dual live and I can have a poet sitting next to me. Maybe it's you and me, D2 Poetry, and then we have some people on my screen and some people on your screen, and we just have a big old cipher and we don't say anything. We just let the poem spit and spit and spit and spit. But you guys, we're also going to be, as outside gets better, and that's where the vaccine came from, I definitely want to take What Women Want Wednesdays live on location. We've been talking about it. I got a couple places already I'm thinking about. So hopefully one day very soon you'll see the whole crew together. That's gonna be crazy, y'all. I can't promise what's gonna happen, what's gonna be said, but in the near future, maybe in 6 months, 9 months, but you'll see the whole crew together. So I really appreciate you, my moderators. I love you so much. You are awesome. You guys get ready for What Women Want Wednesdays next week, okay? Because the guys are coming with it, and I hope you guys are ready for it. I thank you, and as always, Terrell, thank you for being here. You guys, Terrell, where can they find your music?
They can find it on all musical platforms. It's out now. It came out January 28th. There's a few surprises. There's going to be a video for King's Speech soon, a video for Rhythm soon. That's going to be a really sensual video. But you can find it anywhere. And you can also follow me on my other social media as well. It's just Terrell.music on Instagram, and Snapchat. It's just, you can find me everywhere. So thank you all. I love all my queens. All of y'all.
Yes, Kings and Queens. D2 Poetry.
We love you too.
Where can we find your stuff? And are you going to be doing a show soon?
You talking to me?
D. True Poetry.
D.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. It's my turn.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm waiting my turn, just patiently. And I just met this young man today. Well, not in person, but I looked you up and I was looking at your stuff. You are amazing, and I'm glad that we connected now.
Yay.
So we wasn't before, but we are now.
Yes.
But I love it. And I have shows coming up. You asked me, Storm, if I got shows coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so June 2nd, I do this thing. Well, myself and 2 other people, we put together what we call Poets of the Round Table. Ooh. And it's not just for poets. And there's an opportunity for people to join remotely, and you don't have to be a poet. You just have to be somebody with something to say. So anyone who's listening up here, up on TikTok, go to poetsoftheroundtable.com and find out how you can come up there or just watch, because we do have a live feed off the website. And we do have an opportunity for people to come up there. People, all of you guys right here that are, can come up and speak. That June 2nd is going to be an all-male panel, because it's Father's Day and Juneteenth. We're going to have a whole bunch of powerhouses up there just talking about life, fatherhood, and manhood, and freedom.
Nice.
That's what we're going to be talking about. And kind of like what we did right today, that you were like, D, whenever you feel like a poem matches what we're talking about, that's basically what Poets at the Round Table, that's what we do there too. So it's like, okay, you got something that matches, spit it. Like, it's not an open mic where it's like people got to get on the list. And even this audience participation, even the people on the screen could be like, look, I got a poem, or look, I just got something to say, right? And so that's June 2nd, and we do it every first Wednesday of the month. And that is at 7.
All right. Look at that.
Right. And then I do have shows coming up. I am performing in Connecticut. It's not gonna be a live feed. So if you're from out here,
Connecticut, that's close to me. You got to tell me where, because I'll take a drive.
June 18th, I'll be performing in Bridgeport.
Okay.
Bridgeport, Connecticut. Is called the Love Jones Experiment. It's live music. It's poetry. It's song. It's an amazing experience. We're looking to travel with it, because the guys that I'm working with, there's a whole team of us, and it's just a Love Jones Experiment. So now it's in Connecticut. Because of COVID, we got stepped back a little bit. Yeah. But we're looking to travel. We're looking to travel. So be in Bridgeport. And then on the 20th, I'll be performing at this thing called the Arts and Ideas. And it's a festival. So it's awesome. So I'm like so excited. The world has opened up. Hey. So yeah. Oh. And you can find me Dietrich Poetry everywhere for whoever doesn't know me. I don't know if anybody
on Facebook, Instagram,
everywhere. Dietrich Poetry. I'll make it real easy.
Wonderful. And also, you guys, I cannot not mention my fam, because without them I probably wouldn't know a lot of people on TikTok. But if you guys follow Mr. I'm him and Backpack Jeff are going to be in Jersey, so they're going to be down in the shore. You can hit him up or hit Allie. What's Allie's tag? Because Allie Pops. What's Allie's tag? Allie's gonna kill me. But Mr. I Am Him and Backpack Jeff are doing poetry here. So for those of you who are closer to Jersey, didn't get a chance to see them when they were in Pitt, they're going to be down here in the down by the shore. That is going to be June 26th. So for those of you who are this way, it's like June 26th. Nikki, what's Allie's tag?
There it goes, Alley-oop.
Alley-oop. There you go. It's Alley-oop. So you guys can tag Alley-oop. She'll give you more detail about that. Don't forget, my girl Asia Blue goes live with TikTok After Dark every Saturday after 10 p.m. Trini, my girl Trini, we trying to get Trini to go live again. Trini, we definitely got you pulling out. We got to get you pulling out the poetry more often. D True, I love you. I am so glad we finally got a chance to connect. Terrell, you are here. Nikki, thank you for co-hosting with me. My moderators, thank you so much. Voice is going crazy with the roses. Thank you. Hey, my boy X is in the building. Look. See, this is what you do when you branding. This is it, so people can see it. Eliminate negative energy. This how you do it. You guys, I have to get on him, because every time he goes live, I'm like, where's the logo? Where's the branding? And he shows me a wristband. I'm like, where's the branding? It's all about self-love, self-care. I'm so glad you guys were here. I'm so glad. I told them, and Nikki, you were right. Trini, you were right. I said the show was going to be an hour. It is now 9:48. So again, I have not told the truth, but I love y'all and I love being here with you. And voice,
what we should do without me?
Unload the clip, voice. Yes, I'm just gonna wait, getting all my flowers. As always, you guys, I want you, make sure you guys stick and stay when we log off. X, you came late, but I know you always work, and the man is mad busy. And I'm going to have him really busy when we start doing all this branding. So, guys, I thank you so much. Twisted, you are now a moderator, honey, so I hope to see you next Wednesday. Everybody, I love you, and remember, without education, man is a slave, a savage, wandering from here to there, believing whatever he is told. Time and chance come to us all. I can either be hesitant or courageous, but I can swiftly stand up and shout, this is my time and place. I will accept the challenge. Thank you all for accepting the challenge. Thank you for being here and talking about self-love and self-care. Please hit me up. I love you. And voice, I'm trying to say goodnight.
He's going in.
He's going in because we do that when we're on his line.
Right.
Like, people don't let him off. So, yeah.
I don't know what to do. Like, should I sing a song? What's going on here? Voice, for real.
What's going on?
Right, sing, T. Come on, yeah. Oh, okay.
I had
Yes. Look, okay. I'm the big sister. Enough, okay. Look, he always got to do things big. See what I'm saying? Did I get it right? Did I get the growl right? Come on!
Can I add something and invite people out to my
yes,
open mic?
Please do.
Every Wednesday, it's called Poetry in the BNV, and it's on Instagram. I'm working on getting the dual live thing going again, but I'm on Instagram right now every single Wednesday at noon. So it's the middle of the week, middle of the day. If y'all have time in between work, come join us. I have a lot of people that come out and share their poetry. So it's like it's an open mic pretty much.
It's really dope. If you can catch it, it's dope. She used to go live at certain times when I could actually be on there, but I don't be able to be on there sometimes. So I'm a little jealous, but I'm gonna let her get a plug in.
What happened was
I'm a brat, y'all.
Well, I'm glad. Yes.
Sorry.
Please let us know. We will be there. Okay, Asia is saying push the button. Normally it's Nikki, and voice has finished. So, good night, everybody. You guys stick and stay on Zoom. Love you guys. Bye, 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 bye. Mwah. Thank you.